Good morning. A few weeks ago, Lawson High School, you took a survey to see about how many students are bullied in our building. Some of these are rather disturbing to know how many students we actually have in our building. Over half of LHS say they have been insulted or have had profane language used toward them. 46% of LHS says that someone has told or written things about them by texting, Facebook, or Twitter that wasn't true. The next few stats are by more than one student, and some were just less than half of the student population. This is on average weekly or more often. This is sad how often this actually happens here at LHS. This slide is the bully themselves, talking about how they have done these things to their fellow classmates. This is the No Longer Afraid Assembly. Starting today, we would like this school to become a place where all students are no longer afraid. No longer afraid to attend class, love themselves, stop cruelty when noticed, and create an atmosphere of respect and acceptance for everyone. What you are about to see is a series of testimonies from real students. Some are dramatized for the sake of making a point. Others are completely true, and all highlight a problem that everyone in this school has seen at some point. These are the stories of 8 students that are no longer afraid. Listen carefully to what they have to say and ask yourself, are you still afraid? If so, why? You are not alone.
Another weekend alone, watching movies with me, myself, and I don't know why I'm surprised. I mean, this happens a lot. I guess I just thought someone would call and want to hang out. I was wrong. It's funny, actually. On weekends when there's time to hang out and have fun, no one ever calls. But during the school week, I'm everybody's best friend, especially when homework's involved. I mean, I don't mind helping with their homework, but sometimes I feel like that's all you'll ever talk to me about. I mean, I don't have a lot of friends, so I appreciate the company, but sometimes I just feel like you don't care. Like, what I mean to you is I'm just a pawn to get you through high school. I mean, it just makes me wonder, especially when I'm never on your list of people to call when you're bored, only when you need help with homework. I mean, homework's one thing. At least I feel like you learn something by seeing how I get the right answer. But what happens next? What happens the next time you forget to study for a test? Are you going to want me to give you the right answer? Or what about the next time you go out partying with your friends? Will you want me to lie to cover for you? I won't do that. This stops here. I've never been afraid to stand up to my enemies before. But starting today, I am no longer afraid to stand up to my so-called friends. You treat friendship like it's currency. Like, I talk to you for this long, and you do this for me. That's not how it works. I won't be manipulated into doing things I'm uncomfortable with. I won't be a solution to sticky situations. My integrity is worth more to me than the bare minimum of attention you pay me in the middle of science class. What you do is a form of bullying. You treat me like a service and not a person. I'm better than that, and if you can't see that, then our friendship has sailed.
To whoever wrote that note in my locker, I wrote a little note back to you. Why? How can you be so hateful with your words? Did it really improve your life to, in a cowardly way, attack me? I mean, it's not like I don't already know the stuff you say behind my back. I don't know why it was necessary to leave me a note. Well, I guess I do know why. This was probably because of what happened earlier today in the hallway before the bell rang. I was walking by a group of guys. I'm guessing you were in this group. When I heard a word that literally made me ill. This word starts with the letter N, and it stopped me in my tracks. If you know me, you know I'm not one to hold my tongue. So, it should come as no surprise that I turned around and said something to you about your offensive language. You laughed in my face and said, "What does it matter if I use that word? It doesn't offend anyone here." Then you walked away and the ordeal was done until I found this note. Seriously? Does the act of standing up for the tolerance of others really make me any less of a person? Why is it such a funny concept that someone should stand up against blatantly racist behavior? The N-word and other similar words specific to other races stem from pure hate. Throughout history, this hate has resulted in innocent people dying simply because of the color of their skin. By using that word, you are continuing a legacy of intolerant hate. What if a minority student transferred into our school and just happened to turn the corner while you were using that word? I hear people say, "I'm not racist, I just use that word because I think it's funny." How do you know it doesn't offend anyone? What if it does? What if you make someone feel unwanted and judged just with your words? I know that many of you out there are uncomfortable around racist remarks, but don't say anything for fear of becoming a target. As of today, at this assembly, I challenge you to be no longer afraid. This school can be a place of tolerance, a place where everyone can get along, a place where people actually want to be, a place without hate, but only if we eliminate the fear and replace it with respect.
I can't believe this happened again. Good Lord. Why can't she just shut her stupid mouth? It's not my fault. She's being so immature, showing off in front of everyone all the stupid crap she knows. Who cares what the capital of Malaysia is? What's that going to do with your life? Just because you know a lot doesn't mean you have to brag about it in front of everyone. And when I say something, I get yelled at. Quit making fun of her, the teacher says. Quit making fun of her? She was ridiculing me, practically shoving in my face that she's smarter than I am. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of all this crap. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have lost my temper, but I was at my breaking point. What else was I going to do? So here I am, at home, with a couple of days of OSS for knocking some chairs and tables over. You'd think it'd be a vacation? 2 days of no school, nowhere to be, and complete freedom. But no, it's not like that at all. My parents fight more during the day than they do at night after dinner. It's scarier and more intense, and I don't like seeing them like this. And by the sounds of it, our budget isn't so great, and they're having trouble figuring out how to pay for dinner and food this week. And they haven't even started thinking about things like college, or what if I get sick, or what if I get hurt? What are they going to do then? And then after a while, they'll start yelling at me, blaming me for all of this, like it's my fault. And they brought up what happened at school, like my getting in trouble is destroying our family. I can't deal with this anymore. This is ridiculous. Something has to change in order for me to get out of this mess. And it looks like it's going to have to be me. I've been trying to control people, and I've been putting people down because I can't control anything in my own life. I've been punching them and punishing them for things that they have nothing to deal with. It's not their fault, and this has to stop. Today, I am no longer afraid. I am done hiding my insecurities behind this bully costume. Today, I am no longer afraid to show you the real me. The me that has problems just like you. The me that feels like her life is spinning out of control. The me that's human, just like you.
crap every day? Who gave you the right to label me without my consent? I come to school to do the things I want to do, not because it fits in your definition of cool, but because I want to do them. Don't think I don't hear what you say about me behind my back. The school is small and sound carries a lot better than you think. On days you're feeling pleasant, you just call me gay, but on days when you're having a bad one, I'll apply the F-bombs, both types. Let's get something straight from the top. I'm not gay. But what would care if I was? Why would one characteristic give anyone the right to belittle me or make me less than a person? To hurt me? It's fine to disagree with how I live, but it's unacceptable to turn that disagreement into fuel for hostility and indignity. Quit spreading stereotypes about me so I don't play sports and I'm in choir that doesn't make me gay. And you can't tell somebody's sexuality by the hobbies they enjoy. And again, even if I was gay, what would it matter? Why has this become such a hate-filled topic? One person likes something different than you do. Why has that become grounds for total hatred? There's only one difference separating gay teens from straight teens, and frankly, that doesn't come up every day in conversation. They still like music, have friends, feel emotions, and they're still people like we are. Why treat them like they are? The other day I heard this statistic that gay teens are 7 times more likely to commit suicide than straight teens. That's one of the saddest statistics I have ever heard, but it's really not that surprising. Our society has created a culture that we use gay as a substitute for bad, unworthy, stupid. And that F word is one of the worst insults imaginable. You never heard someone who's upset about a grade in a class say, "Man, that test was so straight." How do you think that gay or lesbian kid feels in the class who, every time they hear that, you just make a feeling of separation between them? Like gay people aren't as worthy as straight people. That homosexuality is something to be shunned, to be quashed, to be hated. This has to stop. Today, I am no longer afraid. I will no longer tolerate this attitude of hate. Hateful names based on sexual orientation are just as bad as hateful names based on race. This is a small school, and no matter if they're straight or gay or whatever, I don't know about you, but I'd feel terrible if tragedy struck our school because we were too blind to realize the hateful words we're saying are actually hurting people. Everyone who comes to the school deserves a level of respect and a safe climate to live and to learn. Why take that away from someone?